Hey guys, in this video, I'll share the 10 commands that I use the most as a software engineer. In addition to that, check the description to get this cheat sheet made by GitHub Education with all the commands that you'll probably need. So let's get started with the video. Let's say that you're working for a company and the company has this Git repo, and your task is to make a list of changes to it. So let's see how you can manage those changes using Git. Okay, so the first step is cloning the remote repo locally so that you can make changes to it. For that, I'm going to click code and I'm going to copy the SSH link. If you don't have SSH set up, don't worry, just use HTTPS. So now let's go to the terminal. And the first command is git clone. And paste the URL that you just copied. And as you can see, git clone basically cloned the remote repo locally for me. So let me go inside, so cd master. Now, before we start making changes, we are going to create a new branch so that our work is isolated from the main or master branch of the project. As you can see, we are currently on the master branch. So to create a new branch and check out to it, you can do git checkout -b and then the name of the new branch. I'm just going to call it new branch. Now, as you can see, the new branch was created and we are automatically on this branch. So we are ready to start making changes. Okay, so let's say that you made your first change. I'm just going to do a quick change just for demonstration. So being index.js. So this is the body. And here I'm just going to say p tag hello. Now, to see all the changes that you have made or the current status of this branch, you can just say git status. And as you can see, I modified index.html. Okay, so now to get this file ready to be committed, we need to stage the file. For that, you can do git add and then the path to the file. You can also do git add that if you have multiple files that you want to stage at once. But in this case, I'm just going to say index.html. If I do a git status, now my file is green instead of red, which means that it's staged and ready to be committed. Now let's say that index.html is not really a file that you want to push, so you want to unstage it. For that, you can do git reset and then the path to the file. So let's take a look. Git reset and then the path. So in this case is index.html. And as you can see, the file has been unstaged. If I do a git status, it will be back to red. There you go. Okay, so now let me stage this file back to explain the next command. So let me just do git add that git status. Perfect. So the next command is going to get this file ready to be pushed to the remote repo. For that, you can do git commit -m, and here you can provide a commit message. So I'm just going to say updated index.html. Nice. Okay, so sometimes you want to see a list of commits that has been done on a specific branch. So for that, you can do git log. So git log, and you will see a list of all the changes. As you can see, this was the latest one. Um, this one was back on 2019 when I was looking for my first internship. Um, and yeah, that's it for this command. Okay, so I'm going to hit Q to get out of this window. And now that we made a change, we stage the change using git add. We got that change ready to be pushed by using the git commit command. Now it's time to get this commit from my local repo to the remote repo. For that, you can do git push. Now if I just do git push without setting up this branch remotely, I might get another prompt for that. So yeah, so as you can see, the current branch, new branch, has no upstream branch, which means that this branch doesn't exist on the remote repo. For that, you can just copy and paste this first, right? That's why you just need to memorize git push, because as you can see, the command itself tells you what you need to do. And now if I go into here, you can see that the new branch had recent pushes less than a minute ago. So we just push. I need to refresh. Now I can see the new branch over here with my commit that will say hello. Hello, there you go. When you're working on a real project, there are a lot of changes being made, and some changes are made on isolation on a specific branch. Then those changes are merged into the main or master branch. So if you want to pull the latest changes, you can do the git pull command. For that, let me go back to the master branch. So git checkout master, and here you can do git pull. And as you can see, one file change. So this is a remote change that I made to illustrate the usage of git pull. Now, after you pull latest changes for the main branch, most of the time you also want to update the branch in which you are actively working on. In our case, is the new branch. Yeah, so you want to update it with the latest code as well. So for that, let me check out to that branch. So git checkout. Oh, I need a space. Git checkout new branch. And the next command is using git merge. So git merge master. What this means is I'm going to merge the master branch into my feature branch because I want to get all the latest changes that have been made on the master branch. So as you can see, you will get this window, WQ, command WQ to basically save and exit. And now if I do a git status, your branch is ahead of origin new branch by 2 commits. Use the git push to pull in your local changes. So what this means is I basically add the new commits into this branch, into this local branch, but the remote branch still doesn't know anything about these commits. Use git push to update it. And that's what I'm going to do. Yep, so now if we go back, refresh, go back to the new branch. So the branch is 2 commit ahead of master. Those were the 10 commits that I use most of the time. But there are others that I think are useful. In this case, those are git branch. If I can type git branch, this command basically provides a list of all the branches in your local repo. The next commit is like sometimes you make changes, let's say being index.html again. This time I'm just going to add anything, and let's do a git status. Now sometimes you want to hide the current changes that you have, and you want to hide them because you want to update your branch with latest changes, but the currently changes that you're making are not ready yet. So that's one scenario in which you want to hide your changes. So for that, you can use git stash, hit enter. If I do a git status, let me do it again so that it's clear. As you can see now, the change that I made on index.html is no longer there. Now I have the freedom to update this branch with latest changes, and once that's done, I can just do git stash pop to bring those changes back, as you can see. This video was made for absolute beginners. If you'd like me to do a more advanced one, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.